Hello and welcome back. I just kind of want to get straight into this. I've been reading my town's local newspaper for about 6 months, and I just kind of want to talk about that. I think the biggest thing is I read in public. So, with my friends, or if I'm at a restaurant and I have nothing to do, I kind of read in public. And that has gotten me stigma. And I don't know why. I'm reading a newspaper and I get weird looks from it. Like I'm not on my phone. I'm just reading. I don't understand where I'm getting like looked at so differently for it. Like my friends will comment on like, "Why are you reading the newspaper?" I'm like, "Well, there's stuff on it that I find pretty interesting." And I'll get into that in a second, but I I really just don't get why reading the newspaper is just like kind of taboo now. I don't know, but it's just not something I agree with personally. I think if you're reading in public, that's not a problem. Like if you see someone outside with a book, who cares? They're probably getting sunlight while they read. They're not trying to be performative. I don't know where that's coming from. That's another topic. I feel like people say you're being performative a lot for those things, and to some extent it's true. Some people do read just to like be performative about it. And it's kind of made me step back and hide when I read. I go inside my house or I'll go into the backyard and get some sunlight there to read rather than, say, on my university campus in a quiet bench where I could read. Like, I don't do that because I fear one person's going to come by and think I'm being performative. Maybe I gotta kind of conquer that fear. This is a lot for me to unpack, I guess, but it kind of teased me off that your first thought is, oh, this guy's being performative. And I know some people have thought that way because I was talking to my friends and one of them was saying, like, yeah, it kind of seems performative, and I just didn't get it. I don't know. But I digress. Talking on to kind of get back on topic here. There's been some benefits though that I've really started to have when I've been reading, which is one, it makes me speak more clearly. I don't find myself stuttering as much, and slowly, but not the quickest way, my vocabulary has gotten a bit bigger. I still go like but, what, a lot, but like that, for example. It helps me a lot more because that's something I would do every other sentence. And I've recently stopped and I've paused and continued to speak more clearly. And that's something I would say reading has definitely helped me do better. Another thing it's helped me do is detach from social media. I don't know. Everyone knows social media is bad, but we all do it. It's like our little slop that we eat. But I find myself not getting on it obviously as much, but even after I'm not like reading anything, I don't find as much reason to go back on social media. It kind of sticks me away because I know I'd be like, why would I make myself feel bad or all these other emotions when I could have a bit of peace and just read? I don't know, maybe it's just like a weird thought I have, but it just feels better enough to read and like slow down your brain than it is to get on social media and just like doom scroll. Obviously, I think that's way better. I think anyone would agree that's better, but your brain kind of traps it. And it's been a way for me to detach. Like it detraps my brain, it rewires it back to normal. I don't know. But the last thing I kind of want to go over is it makes me feel more grounded and connected to the town I'm at now. I don't want to disclose where I live or anything, but I am going to go over some topics, and I think most people can relate in a smaller, bigger town type of situation. Um, there's a big old data center that's trying to install itself here, and I personally really don't like it. And so I've been finding reasons to read the newspaper about it because it's been the most quick and informed method besides social media of what's going on with this town. There's no news that really covers it because we're just that small that only the newspaper covers it really. The other day I was hearing or I was reading about the hearing in my town regarding data centers, and during that 3 people got arrested. And I found that actually crazy. Like, they were obstructing whatever, but they were stopping people from having a voice and just arresting them. Like 3 people in this whole room of people that were anti data center were just gone. And for us, it's especially different because data centers take a lot of water. And the climate I live at, we need every ounce of water. And so this thing would be taking it away. And so many of us have like put our concerns out. And like, I wouldn't have figured this out if it wasn't for like the local newspaper. And I was more shocked, and it kind of made me realize how social media desensitizes you to violence and these acts because you just see it all the time. But when you read your local town do something like that, it makes you feel like really disgusted. I feel like an old Victorian person that's like, oh my god, the cops, they just shot down the mob. But like, it makes me feel more like a human. I don't know. Like, 3 people got arrested just for saying something. That's crazy. Like, stop and take a moment. Like, you'll hear that so many times, but like, that is a moment in that life where someone of authority decided to silence a voice, and I found myself really grounding myself to the world and kind of clicking like, oh shit, this is something important. It's also brought a lot towards public activities. Like, I used to think nothing goes on in this town. Who does anything, right? And just sit in my room all day. But with like this newspaper, I always see there's an event going on or something, and it kind of makes me feel a lot more grounded. Like, hey, let's go. Let's go out and do something. What do you want to do? Well, there's this coming out, there's this happening, and they're public events. And it's just kind of nice to do all that. I don't know. Getting out's a really nice thing to do. Don't lock yourself in. Don't bed rot. That's a horrible thing to do. But it's helped me realize how much stuff actually happens in my area. And then for the final thing, I think it gives you a lot of good news. Like, there's so many good newses or projects that happen that I figure out thanks to the local newspaper that it kind of makes me feel better about life. Like, hey, progress is happening still. The world's not completely going to shit. It makes me feel a little better knowing like, oh hey, this mom and pop shop are doing really well and they wrote on the newspaper, you know? Like, that's just something a little heartwarming for you. And I found myself really feeling better after reading the newspaper. I don't know. When it comes to news, usually you feel worse. TV, social media, its directive is to make you feel anger so you keep watching, right? Everyone kind of knows this. If not, welcome to it. But with the local news, there's not really a motivation behind that. In fact, I found myself finding out, at least for my place, that my newspaper focuses a lot more on the positives. And I think that's reflected a lot in my worldview. Like, the world is a lot more positive than you would imagine. That's all. So, hope you enjoyed and take care.